Okay, hello, this is Arthur Ross. Today I'm covering Runners High. This is intense, so bear with me. So exactly what is a Runners High exactly? I'm going to try to explain this to you within 10 minutes, starting now. So, to a lot of athletes, the holy grail of exercises is obviously the Runners High. How does one obtain a Runners High? Well, as the name implies, you get it from running. A lot, all the time, through all your barriers. Alright, the Oxford Medicine and Sports Dictionary says the following. Okay, so I found this. It wasn't that difficult to find. If you look for endorphin, you'll find the Oxford Dictionary of Sports Science and Medicine. And this claims a peptide found in the gut, brain, and pituitary gland, which acts as a neurotransmitter. Endorphins like enkephalins and endogenous opiates. They can bind onto opiate receptors in the brain and mimic the analgesic effect of morphine. The release of endorphins is believed to increase when an athlete gets his or her second wind. Endorphins may be responsible for some of the pleasant feelings associated with exercise, such as runner's high, etc. I think in order to really thoroughly understand what the Oxford Sports Science and Medicine Dictionary is actually trying to make concrete, you need to recognize what a second wind really is. So what exactly is a second wind in sports? I'll ask my favorite rugby player.
And it's Johnny Wilkinson who features in this week's Rugby World Cup memorable moment, with the most famous drop goal of all time, which broke the Southern Hemisphere's stranglehold on the Webb Ellis Cup. In 2003, his famous strike not only broke Australian hearts, but secured his status as an all-time England rugby hero.
Australia come back. Here it is for Johnny. Has he done it? He sure has.
Okay, so the brain is composed of several segments, including the prefrontal cortex, the amygdala, the basal ganglia, and cerebellum. And this last one is actually rather interesting. It controls the unconscious. So what happens to a person when he's not actually consciously making moves?
So 2003, that moment, yeah, you've described the infamous moment where you kicked the goal and brought a tear to my eye and many other people's as almost observing yourself, there being that sense of Johnny isn't here, it just happens, and a kind of peace came over you. So, yeah, can you just describe what that was like then?
It's sort of going on my recollection from what was quite a long time ago now, unfortunately. At the beginning of the play, I got more and more involved as the play went on. So from the line out, I was stood before the line out, waiting for the ball to be thrown in. So there's that kind of like, geez, can we just get on with this kind of feeling? And the ball came to me, and I gave it to Mike Catt, ran in, and then I'm sort of moving around to see what happens next. And at that point, I'm starting to get a bit more involved and thinking, well, hold on, we're not going anywhere here. Am I going to have a long drop goal from way back here? The guys are trying to get into position, take it up. Matt Dawson makes a break. As we're chasing him down the field, you're getting more and more involved. The crowd are picking up.
Yeah.
The guys, the intensity of the guys' movement is starting to get. It's starting to hugely. I think build to a point.
Yeah.
It's going
Sense of
somewhere.
inevitability.
It's going somewhere. So you're driving more each step. Suddenly, I'm looking now. Instead of thinking, "Am I going to hit my drop goal?" I'm now thinking, "Where can I go to score the try? Can I help Matt Dawson here or whatever?" Then the guys start going to the next rack and the next rack, and now I've lost that sense of, do I need to kick a drop goal? What am I going to do? And I'm now watching just what's happening. Neil back passes the ball to Martin Johnson, takes the ball. I'm watching Martin Johnson. I'm looking at him thinking, I'm watching every move he makes. Is he going to get the ball back? How's he done that? How's he done that? Where are the guys coming from? I see Matt Dawson get into place, and I'm stood there. And again, I'm not thinking about the drop goal. I'm now just stood watching Matt Dawson, thinking, here comes the ball. I'm feeling the ball hit my hands. I'm no longer thinking I've got a drop goal to do. I'm just feeling the ball. And then I set the ball down, drop it, and as it drops, I see it drop, and the ball turns ever so slightly towards me and forwards. Ever so slightly. If it goes too far towards me, it'll change the kick completely, but it's gone just a tiny bit, which means I'm going to miss the sweet spot of the ball. I can sense this the whole time. I'm going to miss the sweet spot of the ball, but I'll catch it just underneath and just around and on a small solid point of the ball, which means it'll spin a lot quicker. It'll go a lot shorter, but it'll be a hell of a lot straighter. And so as it drops between the legs, I can feel my leg going back, but it's not me kicking it. It's a knowing of it. And as I hit the ball, the sensation is what I thought it was, almost what I knew it was going to be. And I'm watching the ball go, and it's tracing a line that it was always supposed to trace in my experience there. And it's only when the ball gets halfway through the other side, it gets a few yards past the other side of the post, that I then realise what the hell's happened. And then me kicks in, all of a sudden comes back. And I do this half-hearted sort of celebration, which is almost just disbelief, because I haven't been there to really see it. And now I've come out of it to try and celebrate it, which I then stop myself knowing that these guys in the golden shirts have gotten back into this game so many times, and if anyone's capable of doing it, they are. So I'm now running around going, just catch the damn kickoff and get this ball off the field now, let's finish this job. But it was a sense of deeper and deeper involvement, which led it to be not a memory that I treasure, because I don't have that much memory of it, but just an experience which gave me a glimpse, if you like, of life a little bit outside the boundaries of what I thought was possible.
A glimpse of reality.
A glimpse of something bigger, yeah.
I believe Johnny Wilkinson said it all in this short radio interview, and let's press on. So, what happened here was Sir Wilkinson's part of the brain, we call the cerebellum, had actually sprung into his mind, which he'd been constructing through all these decades long of rugby. He'd found that if he'd made this kick, he would actually make his wish come true of becoming world champion of rugby for England. So you're probably wondering, in conclusion, what is a runner's high? Well, a runner's high is what you construct over the years and comes into being when you break down the endorphins in the cerebellum. But you won't understand until you actually experience it yourself. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more. Like, comment and share. Ciao for now.